My dear students, today the topic of discussion is on kinematic concept and definition, which is under Kinematics and Theory of Machine, Module 1, Part 1, PCME 503. Now, before going to discuss the concept in details, first of all, we have to know that what is mechanism and machine. Now, mechanism, it is nothing but if the number of bodies usually rigid are assembled in such a way that the motion of one causes constrained and predictable motion to the others, it is known as mechanism. Now in this diagram, this is the slider crank mechanism. That means translatory motion is converted to rotary motion or vice versa. This is also known as 4-bar mechanism. This is used in the IC engine. Now, reciprocating pump, reciprocating compressor, steam engine are the example of machines derived from the slider crank mechanism. Now in the next diagram, that is the quick return mechanism. In a shaping machine, rotary movement of the drive is converted into the reciprocating movement. In shaping machine, metal is removed in the forward cutting stroke. In return stroke goes idle and no metal is removed during the stroke. To reduce the total machining time, it is necessary to reduce the time taken by the return stroke. So this quick return mechanism is used in the shaping machine. Now, machines. What is machine? A machine is a mechanism or a combination of mechanism which, apart from imparting definite motion to the part, and also transmit and modify the available mechanical energy to some kind of desired work. So drilling machine, lathe machine, shaping machine, milling machine, grinding machine, these are the machine. So it is either a source of energy nor a producer of work, but helps in proper utilization of the same. Now, type of constant motion. So this is also called restricted motion. So there are three types of constant motion. First one is completely constant motion, second one is incompletely constant, and third one successfully constant motion. Now what is completely constant motion? Now when the motion between the two elements of a pair is in a definite direction, irrespective of direction of force applied, it is known as completely constrained motion. So it is linear or rotary, sliding or turning pair. So in this first diagram, this is the example of completely constrained motion. Now in the case of incompletely constrained motion, when the motion between two elements of a pair is possible in more than one direction and depends upon the direction of the force applied, it is known as incompletely constrained motion. So this is the diagram indicating that the incompletely constrained motion. So irrespective of the force, this may slide or rotate. Now third one is successfully constrained motion. So what is successfully constrained motion? Now when the motion between the two elements of a pair is possible in more than one direction but is made to have motion only in one direction by using some external means, it is successfully constrained motion. Now in this diagram, this is a piston in a cylinder of IC engine is made to have only reciprocating motion and no rotary motion due to the constraint of piston pin. Now in the next slide, so rigid and resistant bodies. What is rigid body? A body is said to be rigid if under the action of forces it does not suffer any distortion. That means the relative position between the two particles inside the body is always constant. Now resistant body. Resistant bodies are those which are rigid for the purpose they have to serve. That means belt is a rigid body, but when belt drive is a resistant body. In the case of the second diagram, that is when fluid act in a hydraulic press act as a resistant body. Okay, thank you.